everybody, and welcome back to the KingFox channel. I'm Matt Conacher, and I'm building a KingFox Model 7 STI. So, where have I been?
Let's get into the details. Early in June, I messaged Heather Peterson about ordering some parts for my build. Heather responded and spoke to me about attending a fly-in at the factory the weekend of June 24th through the 26th, and I could drive even if I couldn't fly in. So I began to map it out, and I took her up on the offer. We drove out to Idaho, leaving on a Thursday to arrive late Friday night so we could attend the fly-in on Saturday. The trip was awesome. Lots of good scenery along the way, several thunderstorms made the evening drives very nice, and we didn't have to worry about any wildfires. Just prior to arriving to Boise, I stopped to charge in Twin Falls, next to the IB Pairing Bridge. We hopped out for a brisk walk to stretch our legs a bit, and I thought for a second I was witnessing a suicide as some younger folks in the middle of the bridge climbed up onto the rails and were about to jump off. As it turns out, this is a popular base jumping area, so I was taken a bit by surprise. Also a popular spot for Mr. Evel Knievel, as I learned shortly thereafter. After that occurrence, we grabbed a bite to eat and got back on the road for the final leg into Boise. Most folks fly in on a Friday, have a dinner and a brief on where the Saturday flights into the backcountry will take place with John and Bean. I missed that, however. When we arrived Saturday morning, I had the hangar mostly to myself, and I got to meet Heather Peterson and a few others, and look at yet another beautiful aircraft that was in the hangar getting ready for final preps to be ready to go for Oshkosh. I also got to meet most of the folks that were working on the plane, and the work they were doing there was impeccable. There were several vendors there: Aero LEDs, Garmin, and Motivero. The gentleman from Garmin gave about a 45-minute presentation talking about some of the latest and greatest products to be arriving to the experimental community, many of which are pretty darn cool. I was also able to have a one-on-one with him where he gave me a custom setup after looking at my original wish list of items. I also got to meet Brandon Peterson, Heather's husband. He is the jack of all trades there at KingFox: painter, metalworker, fabric putter-oner, etc. As we walked around and chatted with other employees, we took some time to look at the other aircraft that were parked around the field. After the folks out flying landed and parked, we had some time to look over their aircraft and see the kits that had been built. And I also got to see the Monarch kit box that I sat in back in 2019 when I visited the factory and John originally gave us our tour. It has an awesome paint job on it, and it was nice to see it again after 3 years. That made me want to build my airplane even faster. Saturday was a good time. Breakfast in the morning, lunch, and a wonderful meal in the hangar, and the weather was excellent the entire weekend. Brandon gave us a quick class on fabric covering, where I got to get my hands dirty and participate in the fun. It took some of the fear out of that process for me, and I sure appreciate his sharing his expertise with the rest of us, as we all had a lot of questions.
Bro, you want to jump? I think I have one.
And that's the wrinkle you were talking about.
Yeah.
Not to worry about.
Not worry about it. It's amazing what you can do with an iron. Did you say hit it? I said hit it. Punch it as hard as you can.
Yeah, that works good.
Okay.
Sometime after the excellent dinner put on in the hangar, many owners decided it was a good time to head out for a flight or two, so I was able to film some of the birds departing Sierra 66 and buzz around the local area. Until a little after 6 p.m. as we had to again prepare for another long trip back to South Dakota with a few other stops along the way. We wanted to take in a few other sights that beautiful Idaho has to offer, Good Dale's Cutoff for one, and another of which was Craters in the Moon, where we all know the astronauts really landed in 1969. With all the excitement of the trip and letting the Tesla drive us all the way back home, the trip there and back was a breeze, and as you can tell from me missing my video deadlines, I was able to edit videos and sit back and relax the entire journey. Not really, but like the moon landing in Idaho, many others think this is about Tesla owners. On top of all this excitement, there was the birthday and independence of our free nation, which I enjoyed celebrating with some friends for an extended weekend. So with all that, I'm now at this point finally getting a video out of the events that have kept me from making some other videos. Please bear with me as I gather my thoughts and get back after the build to satiate all of your KingFox cravings. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.